and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you like anything about classic rock, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and you'll know anytime I upload a video. So cool. So let's go ahead and get into some classic rock news. Andrew Dice Clay. Who didn't know about Andrew Dice Clay in the 80s? I mean, he was the guy with the leather jacket and was Andrew Dice Clay. He had friends, of course, who were also up and coming in the 80s. Some of those friends happened to be the guys of Guns N' Roses. So Andrew Dice Clay, if you didn't know this, he was actually the very first comedian to sell out Madison Square Garden. That's insane. That is totally insane. But anyway, so again, he knew Guns N' Roses from the 80s. Fast forward to 2011, Andrew Dice Clay was doing something at a football game. I think he was singing the national anthem. I didn't think he was a singer, but anyway. So he was doing what he was doing, and Slash happened to be there as well. And Andrew said, "So why are you not with the friends of Guns N' Roses? Why are you not with the guys? What are you doing?" Because they were all broken up at that time. So Slash probably didn't say anything because I think he's quiet. I think Slash is really quiet. So Andrew then basically said, take your hat out of your butt and call the guys and get back together with them because you don't want to be doing football games for the rest of your life. I think that's sunk in with Slash because he's back, and so is Duff McKagan. Andrew said that he's responsible for getting them all back together, which is awesome because now they're gazillionaires with the Not in This Lifetime tour. If you go to a Guns N' Roses Not in This Lifetime tour, you can thank Andrew Dice Clay, right? Who knew? Casablanca Records. Who remembers that record label? Gosh, I visualize myself with my turntable, my Fisher stereo system. I mean, like, I was the bomb. I had the tuner, I had the record player, and the 2 floor speakers. I was the coolest chick on the block, I think, because that was the best ever. And I swear to you, almost every single record I had at that time was a Casablanca record label record. Donna Summer, Kiss, The Village People, YMCA, all on Casablanca Records. I know, Kiss, you just forget about these things. So Neil Bogart, he actually passed away in 1982 from cancer. His son Timothy is putting out a biopic of his dad's life called Spinning Gold. You can only imagine what a type of life that Neil led. I really cannot wait till this biopic comes out. Unfortunately though, Neil didn't leave his family with much money. He was a spender more than a saver. That fortune really went to waste. Timothy is really hoping that this biopic does well, and I think it will, because what a story. What a story he has to tell about his dad. So looking forward to that. Production does start in July. I'm so sorry, my hair gets in my eyebrow. I can't help that. So production starts for that in July. There is no release date yet, but again, Spinning Gold, the story of Neil Bogart, founder of Casablanca Records. So recently, Michael Anthony of The Circle, formerly of Van Halen, was on the Eddie Trunk Show talking more about what happened to the Van Halen summer reunion. The whole thing, they were going to play stadiums. I was excited. I'm not going to lie about it. I was really excited. Well, I guess Irving Azoff, the god of the entertainment industry's management, Irving Azoff is entertainment management, right? He is Van Halen's manager. He's who's anybody's manager. So he actually supposedly picked up the phone and called Michael Anthony. He probably didn't really dial the phone. He's Irving Azoff. He probably had an assistant dial the phone for him before he called Michael Anthony. And then he probably had a stand-in talk to Michael Anthony, because it's Irving Azoff, for crying out loud. He's a big guy. So he was all into, so Mike, if Van Halen does a reunion, are you in? Mike said, yeah, I'll make it work. I will totally make this work if I have to. So he went off and he talked to Sammy. Sammy's like, bro, of course I will let you take time off to go and perform with Van Halen. That is so cool. Like, that is great. So Sammy's behind him, Irving A's off. He's like all about it. He started the whole thing, and then nothing happened. It just done. But you know what? It's Michael Anthony's 65th birthday. He's looking awesome. He is happy with Sammy Hagar and the Circle. He has an RV. So you know what? Life is good for Michael Anthony. But you know what? I'm so confused as to why in 2004 he signed over all of his rights to Van Halen over to Van Halen. It was all gone. He signed it all away so he could go on tour with them. And look how that turned out. So why did you do that? Why? Who told you to do that? I'm so mad about it. I'm not even Michael Anthony. I don't even know Michael Anthony. I know who he is, but crazy. Whoever advised him to do that. Oh my God. But anyway, he's happy. So that's all that really matters. We still don't know why a Van Halen reunion didn't happen. David Lee Roth is off doing his own thing, so it's not going to happen right now anyway. Not this summer anyway. And I have a Bon Jovi t-shirt on. I guess that he is performing in Liverpool. He went to go see Paul McCartney's childhood home, and supposedly they wiped out a local restaurant. They bought like $2,000 worth of chicken wings. Now, I can't believe it was all chicken wings. I really can't. I mean, that's a lot of chicken wings. They ordered so much food for their entourage that the restaurant had to stop taking orders for 1 hour because they had to fill all of Jon Bon Jovi's food. That's a lot of food. He doesn't look like he eats a lot. He really doesn't, but he likes chicken wings. And I'm so excited. I have a little tiny snippet of Steve Perry news. I know, I was shocked myself. When I looked at Ultimate Classic Rock, my go-to news outlet, of course, thank you Ultimate Classic Rock, and I saw Steve Perry's picture there. I was standing, and then I had to sit because I'm like, oh my God, there's actually a story about Steve Perry. It's so exciting because it doesn't happen. So what happened was, years ago, Steve Perry went to a guy's house. The guy in question, his name is Phil Brown. So I guess Steve recorded like 8 songs in Phil Brown's garage. Now, Steve said he never intended for those recordings to be released to the public. Why? I don't know. Maybe they were just goofing around. They were singing like Happy Birthday. They were just doing silly things. I just made that up. I have no idea. But he never intended for that stuff to go out to us. So time went by, and in 2002, Phil Brown, I guess, said, I'm never going to release that stuff. Don't worry about it. Now we're in October of 2018. Steve Perry releases Traces. Oh my gosh. Steve Perry's out after 1,000 years. What are we gonna do? Oh my, wow. And so Phil Brown, here he is again. Phil Brown's out. I'm gonna release those recordings. That's what I'm gonna do. So Steve Perry said, no, you're not. So he took him to court. That's my Steve. He took him to court. He said, that's it, Phil Brown, we're going. They were supposed to, I guess, get the final thing, final reading. What is it, like a water test? No. They were supposed to go to court in the next few days to figure out what's going on here, have it heard before a jury, I can't even speak because it's Steve Perry news. I'm very excited. Steve Perry dropped the lawsuit, but here's the thing. Steve Perry and Phil Brown are actually going to sit and meet with a mediator. What that means, I don't know. I really don't know. Is Steve Perry going to say, Phil, come on, you can't release those? And is Phil going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to release those recordings, man, because they're good stuff. They're good stuff. Steve's got to put his foot down, I think. And I think he will, because Steve, like I always say, he's feisty. He seems like he's a feisty guy. And I can guarantee that Steve is not going to sit in as nice a seat as what I have here. He'll probably sit in a nicer chair. Let's not lie about it. Lawyers' offices have really nice chairs, and they're always leather. And I have hair in my mouth again. That happens sometimes. They're always leather, and they have tufted backs. I mean, let's face it. I literally we now have what is dubbed as the Steve Perry stool. It's nice. There's no holes or rips or tears there. So it's a nice stool. And actually, let me just show you something. All right, this is difficult. It's firm, but it's soft. So can you even see that? See, it's firm. It's firm for Steve to sit here, and it's barely been sat on. Look it, there's no indentations of people. So I think, here's what I think. I think that Steve is just waiting for this all to be aside with him and Phil Brown, and he's gonna come here and he's gonna sit on this cushy stool and talk to moi. So he's been waiting. There's a reason. See, there's always a reason behind things, guys. So Steve will be here soon, and I hope you're here to see it. I really, really do. So again, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Kiki. Again, lots of good things to you, really. And music, we know it makes us happy, especially classic rock music. So guys, have a great day, a great night, a great weekend, a great everything. And as always, remember, most importantly, to keep rocking.